My name is Scott Bungie, and I'm a former stockbroker, options trader, and certified financial planner. However, I'm currently not in the investment business, so please do not take anything I say as financial or investment advice. This is for information, educational purposes only. Okay, so what the purpose of my channel is to take what a lot of the YouTubers are talking about, or the influencers, and to be able to take and show how to take and put that into a trade. I feel like there's a disconnect between ideas and things that are talked about, but then it's not really talked about that much as far as how to actually enter that trade. So the example I'm going to be using today is from Sheldon the Sniper. This was a podcast, a YouTube video that he did earlier today. And so what you're going to do is I use a platform called 3 Commas because of the fact that you can link all your different exchanges that you're on, and you're able to take and put in multiple take profits or stop loss levels. There is a link down below in the description for a discount if you're interested in that. Something like, so just to use an example like Arrow, which is a real world asset and something I'm very bullish on and believe in, but wanted to show you, this was February, March of this year, 2024. So if you had bought it and ridden up here, it's almost 4,000% return, but then a lot of people just hold it and ride it all the way back down because they keep thinking this is going to go forever. And it's hard not to think that, especially when you're so excited about, what's going on. But if, and the possibilities, but if they had taken that and ridden it back down, then they're looking at about 50% of their gains they had given up. And so what I'm doing is just showing how to put in these different stop losses and also take profits. So what I'm going to talk about first is this trade that Sheldon talked about with Render. Render I'm very bullish on. I think a lot of people are. It's a deep pen asset, decentralized finance. You can look that up on there, but I wanted to show you how to enter the trade. So once you're in 3 Commas, and I do have a link below showing how to actually set up your account and all that stuff. Someone else has made a video about it. But what I want to show you is once you're in I am in a demo account here, but once you're in your 3 Commas account, if you go down here to Smart Trade, what I want to show first of all is to look at what Sheldon was talking about with regards to where the price is now, being at this 382 level, which is a Fibonacci retracement. Once again, I'm just kind of showing you how to enter the trade, but I would highly recommend going over, and I'll put a link down below to Sheldon's video explaining this in more detail. But what we're looking at is, the fact that the price may stay at 382 and go up from here, or it could come down to the 618 level as well, which is about $8, and let's say we'll call it $8.49, I guess is what it is, a little bit less, a little bit higher than that. But so let me show you what we're going to do. So we go over, once again, over to 3 Commas, we go down to Smart Trade, and then we're going to pull up the pair that we want. In this case, it's going to be USDC and Render. Okay, so USDC and Render. And thankfully, it gives us $54,000 to play around with. Like I said, it's a demo account. So what you're going to do is, if you're wanting to, you can go in and put in like a DCA bot where you're buying it and you're going to keep buying it as it drops down. But it is a little bit more complicated in the fact that there's a lot of different parameters that you have to put in with regards to, the deal start conditions, and then what percentage you want to purchase, additional safety orders at, and what's the deviation from that. I mean, it kind of gets a little bit complicated. So there is another way we can do it through a Smart Trade. And what we'll do is we go into it, and let's put it on Smart Cover. And really what this is going to be a smart buy is what we're doing it, but it's under Smart Cover. So the first thing you want to do is you want to click on this little tick mark right here, which allows us to use the current assets that we own. So we own USDC. And then here we can talk about like what percentage of this 54,000 would we like to use. And so if we do 25%. It's showing down here what this amount is in $13,000, but let's drop that down a little bit. So let's say we're doing, $3,000 trade. And so what we're looking at is, once again, we're trying to purchase this at these different levels. Also, too, I just want to say that when I'm talking about these different trades, I'm not talking about day trading. These are probably more considered swing trades than anything. But I'm ultimately, very bullish on all of these assets longer term. But at the same time, it's, painful to ride this all the way up and then ride it all the way back down. And that happens with quite a few different, assets. And so what we're going to do, again, is we're coming over to the smart trade. We're going to say what the size is of the position. And this will give us dollars down here. Now, if you want to, this right here is going to be really for illustration purposes. So if you want to leave it as the default of what it is, basically what this is going to be used for is when we come over and we do our set take profits or stop loss, it's going to calculate how much we would gain or how much we had lost based upon if we had sold this render for this price. So anyway, it's not going to matter as much. It's just really more for calculating what your profits would be. But since we didn't sell it, then, it doesn't matter. Okay, so what we're going to do over here is this has to equal to 100%. All of these take profits. And so basically what we're doing is we're looking at what prices below are we going to buy it from where it is currently. Well, like Sheldon was talking about on his video today, the current price is at 382. And if it bounces from here, it's a very strong bounce that it'll be, but it could fall back to the 618 level. And so what we'll do is let's go in and we're going to say, let's look here. It's about $10. And these numbers are going to be, I'm just approximating them since I'm on, I'm just kind of putting these in here. So I don't really want to, well, actually I am trying to buy it a little bit at the market because I do think render's going up from here. But so I'm going to say I want to buy it at 10%. Basically, I'm buying a little bit right now. And so I'm going to say what percentage. So I can say I want to do 25%. And then the next one I'm going to come down and I'm going to look at the next level that it's anticipating that it may go to. And so this again here is this 8.459. So we come back over here and we do 8.459. And so I'm going to say it's going to do 75. You can do up to 4 of them to equal 100%, but it won't let you do the trade unless you have that in there. Now, this is what I was talking about as far as the profit for this. This is just showing you, what the approximate profit would be, but it does not have any reflect on your actual trade for that part. Then we can also come in and we do a set. We can do a stop loss. But in this case, I'm not going to do a stop loss. We'll talk more about that later, why. But we're going to come out and we're going to do, make sure I'm on the demo. Okay, we're going to create the trade, and this will give us an idea of what's going on. So this is saying we're selling USDC at the market. We're going to buy it at, first of them is going to buy it 25% at the market. And then at that 618 level would be 16% lower than what it is. We're going to buy the rest of it. It's when I hit confirm, it will put this in place. It's a smart buy that it did. One other thing I wanted to show you is how you actually go in. If you already own an asset and you're wanting to go in and put a stop loss on it, how would you do that through 3 commas? So first of all, as we talked about the other, we're going to go in and let's just use AVAX here. You're going to go in and choose the pair that you're working with. And down here, if you'll click this, it'll bring up AVAX. So this, we have 200 shares here. And once again, we can select, how much of that we want to use in this particular case. However, once again, same thing here. You can go in and say, I bought it at 15 or whatever price, you bought it at, but it doesn't really matter if you fill that out or what price, if you just do the current price or whatever. And so then we're going to do, in this particular case, if we're not wanting to sell it, we're just wanting to hold it. However, I would suggest putting take profits on there, but we can go in and set a stop loss. And then we could set that at whatever price we wanted to put the stop loss at. And so let's see here. So let's say that the current price is about 37, but you want to go in and you want to set some stop loss to prevent from losing, most that you have or that you've made from October. Then what you'll do is inside of 3 commas under Smart Trade, once again, you click on this so that it will bring up the asset that we're working with. And so in this case, it's AVAX. Then over here, this is where we can say, all right, so I want to put this stop loss down here at 31.72. You can see this is a double bottom. So you can see where this price has bounced off of this level a couple of times. So if it does break through that, we can see that it could easily fall back down, quite far. And so wanting to take and put a stop loss on there. Now, let me just say this too. The other thing too is I know it gets frustrating when you sell out and you take profit on something and it keeps on going up, but you just have to get past that mentally of knowing that you won't make money unless you're taking profits. I mean, it's just too easy, especially in the crypto market, for it to go up and come right back down. So you have to be taking profits along the way. And so in this case, we're going to put the stop loss price in. So let's say 31.25. Once again, just a guesstimate. However, that's a pretty big loss there on 17%. But let me just show you on the take profit. You would want to come in here and let's say we're looking at this on the daily. What I'm looking for is places where there's areas of value where people have found it to be, where you see the price bounce up and down off of it. So one of them would be at this kind of 40 level, which is not far from that. You might want to not use that one, but I did do a trade earlier with that and it took my profit there and now it's coming back down. But so you may be looking here and looking up here at the $60 level. But then you probably want to take and put something in there that's really high up so that it doesn't, execute the trade and that you still own part of it. So let's just say that we did do it at this $41 and then we're going to split the target. So let's just say we're going to do 25% there. And then at the next level, we're looking at, let's see, so 46, 44, and just approximate number, 46, 44. Okay, so let's just say we're going to do 50% of it there. Let's do 25. I take profit. And then on the other level, we can do 60, 74. And then the rest we're going to do, $150 or something. Okay, so just because we want to get it out of the range of it being sold. So let's just say we do 150 on there with the last 25%, because once again, it's got to equal to 100 on there. Once again, these numbers are not going to be correct unless you do put in the accurate price of what price you did buy it at. Now, that's really the best thing to do is to go in and put in, if you have that information, to go in and put that in pretty high just to make sure it doesn't execute. Now, I did want to say this too. Once you're in here on these trades, you can go in and you can actually edit it. So let's say we wanted to edit that and we wanted to add a stop loss because we didn't have it. Then we can do that here. Or let's say we wanted to change this price. We could just X that out and change it to whatever we want it, as long as that equals 100%, and we're good to go. So I just wanted to share that with you and show you, because once again, it's if we're not taking profit, we're just frustrated, and we're just losing money, really, because we get over exuberant on this. We think it's just going to go forever, when in fact, it doesn't work that way. It goes up in waves. And so anyway, I hope this helps. Please like and subscribe to the video and put a comment down below if there's something else or a different token you'd like for me to cover. Once again, this is just for educational information purposes only. Thanks.